Joseph, we've heard today from Genel. This is the Kurdistan-focused oil company led by former BP Chief Executive Tony Hayward. Now, obviously, the war going on in many parts of Iraq, has this affected Genel at all?
Well, no. So far, production has been sort of unaffected. Revenues in the half year were up by a fifth to like about $190 million. So in that sense, in terms of getting oil out of some of the largest oil fields in Iraqi Kurdistan, it hasn't been affected by the civil conflict, which has sort of been brewing over that period.
And is that likely to continue, or is there any danger that the conflict could make its way towards where Genel's fields are?
Well, I mean, during the first half of this year, as civil war sort of loomed on the horizon, one of the defences for sort of remaining in Genel shares, which aren't cheap, about 30 times earnings, was that, well, the Kurdistan regional government has a very large Peshmerga army, which will make very sure that ISIS and jihadist forces don't get anywhere near those fields. That's so far remained true, but in the last few days, there have been a few battlefield defeats for the Peshmerga as ISIS has sort of moved northward, and that's affected the share prices of Genel, which has fallen 5% in the last 2 days, and other Kurdistan oil plays such as DNO and Afrin, also in London. So that's wobbled a bit.
So at the moment, so far then, the war not affecting Genel too much, but aside from that, are there any other challenges it's facing?
Well, even if production and revenues are going quite well, nevertheless, operating cash flow is down. It's $115 million in this period compared to like a year earlier of $180 million. And it's getting the oil out of Kurdistan, which has always been the issue with all of these companies and the sector, and the sort of legal travails of the Kurdistan regional government have only got worse in the last few weeks.
And what's the big legal problem for them?
Well, actually, the way exporting Kurdistan crude works is, the KRG buys oil from Genel, and it goes through a pipeline to a Turkish port and then onto the international market. But when it comes to selling to US buyers, for example, which would be a very large international market offering international prices, currently a KRG crude cargo is off the coast of Texas in a kind of legal limbo because US courts have prevented it being sold onward.
Obviously, challenges ahead. They've got a war raging on one side and a court battle on the other. Difficult times for Genel. Joseph, thanks very much.